Welcome back, my students, to a brand new episode of Comic Class. And in today's lesson, guys, I want to talk about Stray Dogs. Now, Stray Dogs has been popping off for the last few months. It's a 5-issue miniseries that just ended, I think it was last week. And yeah, I wanted to talk about it. Now, Stray Dogs follows a ton of different dogs, but it mainly follows the main character called Sophie. And Sophie, in the beginning, is with her owner getting a shot from the veterinarian and kind of feeling betrayed and scared, but she has no idea what's gonna happen in the future, and a killer actually kills her owner and brings her to meet his other dogs that he supposedly rescued, but in fact actually killed all their owners and brought them to his house. And Stray Dogs basically is, its plot is Sophie trying to figure out if this person really did kill her master, and uncovering little plot threads of seeing all these dogs actually had original lives before they met their master, the killer. And it's mainly just reveal after reveal in every issue until we finally get to issue 5, where the killer gets killed by Earl, because Earl remembers, and he's kind of defending the killer throughout the entire book, and makes you think that Earl himself might be evil, but it's revealed at the end that Earl was saved by him, apparently. But Earl, when he's looking through the Master's themes, he finds a lot of the people that he actually met whenever he was first brought there as a puppy. And they're basically all decapitated and on these type of wall, kind of like how you have the deer heads. It's kind of like that, but with dogs. And yeah, it's pretty messed up and sick. One thing I will say about Stray Dogs is that it is kind of dark. It has a very cutesy look to it. I think that's the appeal of the series, is that it has this Disney-like quality to it. The artist that did this and the writer that did this used to do My Little Pony comics, which really surprising because of how dark this book can get. And yeah, I would say that if you don't like seeing animals get hurt or killed and that, don't read this book. This won't be for you. But if you're into a dark type mystery type thriller series with some horror elements, I do recommend you check this out. I think there was some great moments in here. I love Sophie as a character, as a main character. Rusty was pretty cool. The scene with Victor when he gets caught after trying to save all the dogs, and the killer basically takes him outside and kills him. And we even get a dark scene after that where the dogs go into the shed and see that Victor kind of got skinned and he's hanging from a meat hook or something. It's pretty dark, and it really surprised me when I saw that panel and that page. And we just get to see all these characters kind of interact with each other. Every character was likable. There wasn't one that really got on your nerves or that was bad. They all had a really good role to play, such as Roxanne and I think his name was Aldo. Some of these characters, they played little parts in the plot, because it turns out that the killer actually killed their masters. I think it's implied they killed all of their masters, but some of them get revealed and some don't. Some of them just see everything that's going on and they want to escape as well, because they don't want to get killed by the master, basically the killer. And yeah, we get a really emotional scene at the very end in the climax where Earl, like I said, he realizes that the killer is actually a killer. He accepts it finally, being the only one that was denying it. And he attacks the killer and actually lands a killing blow on him, biting his neck and having him bleed out. But the killer tries to, shoot all the dogs and trying to shoot Earl as well. And Emo Gene, I think is how you say his name, actually gave them time to escape by attacking the killer while he was making his way down the stairs and making him fall all the way down, knocking him out unconscious for a little bit. And it gets to a point, and what I thought was the most emotional moment in the series, in the climax, was when Earl sacrifices himself to stop the traffic that's happening. That it's just super fast traffic, and that was why the killer had told them never to go in the front yard, because there was a major road that had tons of cars just going really fast. But Earl makes a sacrifice and gets himself hit by one of the cars, causing a ton of crashes to occur simultaneously and stop everyone from going forward, continuing to drive. And they actually see the killer, in blood with a gun trying to kill the dogs. But the killer doesn't really go to jail, because he actually dies by bleeding out. So, you know, he kind of got what was coming to him, to be honest, because he was killing dogs, he's killing people, like helpless women and stuff. He's probably one of the most least likable characters, one of the most hated villains I think I've ever read in a comic book. He's just very irredeemable. Just a very scummy dude, and I like that they kept the faces of the humans hidden almost the entire book until the final few pages of the climax, where we finally get to see a woman's face, and we also get to see her looking at the killer, and the killer's face finally gets revealed to us, and then he dies. I thought that was a really cool way to use the humans in the series. I think we never really got to see their faces until the very end, because it was about the dogs and their sacrifices and their trials that they had to go through to try to survive this killer's wrath and his methods of punishment and stuff like that. And yeah, overall the characters were great. The story was great, and I'm glad they all wrapped up in a nice little bow, I guess you could say. Earl had a great development throughout the story, and his sacrifice definitely was sad. Definitely hit me in the heart strings. You know, I felt it in my heart. Rest in peace, Earl, one of the best characters because of his sacrifice. You know, he's the reason why they all survived. Or, you know, the guy would have died. He would have bled out eventually. But some of the characters like Sophie and that will probably have died. So I'm glad that Sophie and Roxanne, they were like in major danger in that final portion, that they survived. And I'm glad that Sophie, it seems, is going to have a happy ending at the end, as well as the other dogs finding new homes and new owners. And at the end, I guess it's implied that we're in a flashback and we're seeing that Rusty and Sophie did know each other, because they actually met each other at the dog park before the killer killed their owners and brought them to his house and that. But that was Stray Dogs, guys. I didn't want to make a full-on like retrospective for this, because I thought that it's a very short series and it's a very linear plot. It's very easy to digest what this story is about, and I think it's so good that you should go read it yourself. So I will have a link in the description down below. Go check it out on Comixology. It's only 5 issues long, and Stray Dogs was a great series. It lived up to the hype. I'm glad I read it. I was afraid that it was one of the series that was going to be overhyped, but after hearing all the buzz around it, I decided to give it a shot now that it was finished, and straight shotting it and getting it all in one sitting, all 5 issues, and just seeing the story as a whole, like how it stacks up. I think it's fantastic, and I definitely do recommend you go check it out. But that's gonna be all, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will be doing more videos like this on single little like 5 issue, 6 issue, mini series, basically, like Wolverine by Frank Miller, and now I've done Stray Dogs. I'm planning on doing more videos like this in the future that don't require a ton of work going into it, and just talk about stories that you can get into and read in like a sitting or so. I think that would be fantastic and great for beginners to go check out. And I do recommend, like I said, if you're into horror, you're into mystery, thriller type stories, go check out Stray Dogs. But if you're a type of person that doesn't like seeing messed up things happen to dogs and don't want to see that type of stuff, then I say stay away from this. It's not going to be for you. But yeah, that's going to be all, guys. Until next video, God bless you. Until the next lesson, keep on reading those comics.